On this episode, I'll be unboxing the Munsters from Waxwork Records. Happy Halloween. Let's cue the music. Welcome to the show. It's Ralph, and we're back with another unboxing. This time, it's Waxwork Records, The Munsters, the Rob Zombie film, music by Zeuss, who, this is the first Rob Zombie movie I've seen. This is my first exposure to Zeuss, and I have some thoughts. I definitely have some thoughts. Since this movie's trailer dropped, there's been a lot of discourse on the horror Twitter. And as you guys know, I'm not a big horror fan, but I am a fan of the Munsters. And I am a fan of Jorge Garcia, who's one of the stars of the film. And he did a podcast with me for 4 years called the Kaiju Podcast. So I felt like, since I know he's in the gatefold artwork of this, I figured I'm going to go ahead and buy it to support my friends. Watched the movie last night. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's open this thing up and we'll talk about it. Tiny knife is here. I don't know where I got this knife, but I'm glad I have it. I watched a friend opening some toys, my friend Jay over at Geek Dad Life, and he uses this like flip out sort of box cutter thing, which probably works best because he's dealing with toys and he's dealing with like twist ties and stuff, but I know if I were to use something sharper than this, like I would just totally like cut myself, which might be good for Halloween. But let's check that pull. Waxwork Records rarely lets me down with this pull, and just like that, looks great. Okay, so the movie, like I really enjoyed it. I think I only have one issue with the movie, and that's the sound design. I feel like the sound was a little bit flat in the movie. I feel like when they're creating Herman Munster and there's all this flashing lights and stuff, it sounds great. But when they're not creating Herman Munster, it just sounds quiet. Now, it might be on purpose. Rob Zombie is definitely a fan of the Munsters. I could tell by the writing, and I could tell by the way it was shot. Like, he's definitely into the Munsters. And I'm pretty sure this movie's set in the 60s. Because I don't think I see a cell phone. The dialogue might feel a little more modern, but grab that in a second. The dialogue might feel a little bit modern, but everything is like 60s cars and stuff. Got another one of these stickers. Oh, looks good. Now I have two of them. And the Munsters is on the back of the packing slip. Who packed this one? Matt packed this one. Thanks, Matt. I think you did. Did you do last time, Matt? You did. That's 2 in a row for Matt. Everyone else needs to catch up. I'm looking at you. Is Thrad still working there? I haven't seen Thrad in a while. I haven't seen Brittany in a while. A lot of people seem to get packing slips with Rachel. I don't think I've gotten Rachel before. So let's take a look at this. But yeah, the movie feels like it's in the 60s, but it doesn't flat out say. So let's take a look at this. And I kind of like the charm of it. So maybe the sound design was supposed to have like a minimalist kind of quality to it. I kind of like, I like the sets. They reminded me of old Universal monster horror movies. The cinematography was great. I was kind of, when the trailer came out, I'm like, well, I kind of wish it was black and white. But to be honest, like, I liked the colors. The colors were great, especially during like the daytime scenes, like during the wedding or when they went to California. The cinematography was, it was like a crazy, like pastel, almost felt like it had a, like a texture to it, like a paper texture. I don't know, but I really enjoyed the movie. I feel like it ended a little bit abruptly though, because I was really getting into the stuff from California. So here's the cover. It's, I'm going to get all kinds of glare off of this. So what do you say we open this up? This is artwork by Graham Humphreys, and I'll get you your hype sticker in a second here so that you can do the the UPC code for Discogs, which again, I don't know if anybody's actually doing that. Using the hype sticker UPC codes from my videos, but this hype stickers are cool. Coffin shape, music by Zeuss. I don't know if that. There you go. Go ahead, snag that. Put that in your wish list or your collection on Discogs. So the sound design was for me a little bit okay, but that was really my own problem. Maybe a little more tighter editing, but me and my wife laughed a bunch. We're going to watch it at least every other Halloween. Usually that's how we do things. We have Halloween movies that we always watch, and we usually do them every other year. But here's the cover. This is real bright, vibrant color. Oh, hold on. What is this? Check this out. This is a booklet. I had no idea this was in here. I kind of bought this record on a whim without seeing the movie, without hearing the music, but my friend is in it, and so I figured I'd get it. This is just a really cool, I'm going to go ahead and call it a family album. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to take pictures of all this, but look at everybody, looks awesome. This is really great. I like the costumes in it. I thought the Munsters makeup looked great. A couple of Halloween masks kind of show up here and there, but didn't bother me. It had a definite campy feel. I can sit here and go through this book. Okay, so here we go. One thing I really liked, I liked some of the score because it sounded like kind of old school music. Some of it a little too much on the synth tuba, but I like the songs. And we're getting the songs. Yeah, look at this crazy liner notes, and it tells you when everything happened and when they shot it. It looks like they shot it in 2020. But yeah, this is really cool. I don't know what this is, so I can't really give you much information on it, but it's like a diary with photos and stuff. And it looks like everybody's having a blast. So this might be worth it alone. I think this is really cool. I can't wait to take a look at it. Let's get to the record, though. Here's the cover. Get a closer look at that. The Munsters. Look at the colors. They're so nice. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a glare there from my lighting. Stars of the show. These three were great. I thought it was fun. Here's the gatefold art that I have seen. And there's the Count. He's not Grandpa yet. Lily. There's Jorge. The Doctor. It's really nice. I really like this gatefold art. And it's got that from the movie, the greens and purple lighting. I think it looks great. Oh yeah, and of course Herman's there. My favorite thing in the movie is, as I take out the record, look at this. Even the covers, the slip covers, I have a little bit of a gloss of it, have artwork on it. And, jeez Louise, this thing is packed, guys. Here is all your information you need on who did this album. Take a look at that. I'll leave it up for a little bit. This has more artwork. Holy crap. There might be too much stuff in here to do my normal Instagram post, because usually I do the artwork, the liner notes, the sleeve. I don't usually do these sleeves, but I mean, there's so much artwork in here. And look at, I like his beret that says Herman. This is fun. Okay, disc number 1. This looks like it's Herman green, and look at that. It's a perfect. It just looks terrific. And on the back side, we got a lot more black than green, and we have Lily there. Man, you're getting my whole desk in this shot. There's so much black. Let's see if I can point it in a direction that you're not going to see. You can see my phone there. and you can see pretty much everything that's on my desk in that shot. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's take a look at disc 2 while we're at it. And the thing that I like about this, and I didn't really go over it here, let's do this before we look at disc 2, is the track list. Looks like we're getting, oh boy, man, there's a ton of music on here. There's so much music. 14 tracks on disc 1 and 18 tracks on disc 2. And it looks like we're getting, are we getting songs? Are we getting songs? And I don't know if we're getting songs. But it's definitely the score. It says the original motion picture score by Zeuss. I know that Waxwork released some 7-inch vinyl that had some of the singles on it. But there is just a ton of music on here. Here's the track list if you want to take a look at that. Look at all those. That's a lot of music. And one of the things I thought when I got this was, even if I'm not like a fan of the movie, which I'm glad I am, but even if I weren't, I like having Halloween records to listen to. Look at this. Man, it's so glossy, but you got everybody in there. That's great. So let's take out this one. This should be the Lily one, so it's more of a white disc. Wow. So on this one we got Lily's brother. Again, it's so shiny. You're just picking up everything on my desk. And then the Count, who becomes Gramps, Grandpa Munster. But wow, there's a lot to unpack here. If you're a fan of the Munsters like I am, and you like the movie, and you like the music, this is definitely the set for you. Here it is. Rob Zombie's The Munsters. First Rob Zombie movie I ever saw. I know he normally doesn't get into sort of family movies, but I had a fun time, and it made me wonder what his other movies were like. So if you have any recommendations of one that I'll absolutely like, let me know. I know there's only a handful, but let me know, because I feel like I'm not into scary movies, and so Rob Zombie making a movie that's for me is great. I think it was a good job. Waxworks did a great job. I didn't show the spine. I'll try to do that. And this is spine number. What do we got here? 149. Thank you, Waxwork. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for the stickers. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.